Namaste and good evening, Kanishji in class. Thank you for the opportunity to be presenting my final project. I've chosen our family deity or Kuladevata or Kuladevam, Sri Prasanna Venkatachalapathy, situated on the banks of River Kaveri, specifically River Kolidam, near Trichy, at a place called Gunaseelam. I remember during my younger days, maybe up to the age of 10, my parents used to take us there frequently because Prasanna Venkatachalapathy was our family deity. I clearly remember some of the early days, but we had lost touch visiting that for a long time till I resumed going back around 1994. Since then, whenever we get a chance, we go there to take darshan and blessings from our family deity. It's a very nice temple situated on the banks of the river Kaveri, actually the Koladam River, which is a tributary of that of River Kaveri. It's about 25 kilometers northwest of Trichy. You can get there either by air or by train to Trichy, and then take a car ride. It's about an hour away. It's a very nice, cute little temple. Uh, doesn't have major structures and so on. It has a small Rajagopuram in the front. In fact, when I was visiting last year or this earlier this year, it was being reconstructed, and most of the temple was being renovated. So I couldn't see the Rajagopuram, but the pictures which I'm going to share today are all taken last year when I visited the temple along with my wife. So, what is special about Gunaseelam? The main deity is Sri Prasanna Venkatachalapathy. He's supposed to be the reincarnation of Tirupati Balaji. The Sthala Puranam goes to say that there was a rishi by name Gunaseelar who was residing in that neighborhood, and it seems he went to Tirupati and he was very enamored by Venkateshwara there. And it seems he said, "You must come and visit Gunaseelam, the place where I stay." And it took a liking so much that he started doing intense penance. And pleased with his penance, Sri Vishnu appeared to him saying that, "You go back home, I'll come and be with you as Prasanna Venkatachalapathy." That's how Prasannam basically means that he showed up, and he became present in the neighborhood where Gunaseelar was residing. So subsequently, Gunaseelar started worshipping the Vigraham, and was responsible for it for quite some time. But because of his travels, because he was teaching and going around uh, for long trips, he had basically assigned some of his disciples to watch over the temple. But because the whole neighborhood is full of forestry and animals and so on, the disciples just abandoned the temple. It fell into disrepair, and it seems there was an anthill which developed around the Vigraham and all that. And fast forward many centuries later, King Jnanavarman, who was a Chola king, supposedly heard a divine voice saying that there is an anthill here. You go and pour milk on it, and you will see Prasanna Venkatachalapathy emerge from that, which is what he did. And subsequently, he built a temple, and worshipping started after that. So it's a temple which is still in service. We go there quite often, as I mentioned. Our kids get their mundan, as you could see. One of the pictures has my son's mundan in 2003. Um, and it's very peaceful to go in there. Most of the days it's pretty empty. At least whenever I've been there, it's pretty empty. You can go up to the inner sanctum, at least the hall before the Garbhagriha, which is quite fascinating because it's as Kanixti mentioned. Most of these temples are kind of dark inside, only lit by the oil lamp, and it definitely gives you a divine glow, and you feel at peace being there. We normally do archanas and all that. So the interesting thing about Prasanna Venkatachalapathy is, if you look closely, he has what's called a sengol, or a wand, a long wand, which is used to ward off evil, mental health issues, and other physical ailments. So what happens during Uchikala Puja or Ardhajam Puja, both in the afternoon and in the night, once the arati is done, the tirtham is brought by the priest and sprinkled on all the devotees who are standing there. The related story is that, in fact, when I was growing up as a kid, I used to remember vividly seeing a lot of the mentally ill folks being tied around in chains around the pillars of the temple, which those days as a young kid it was fascinating, but now looking back, not the right thing to do. But now what they've done is, the Daily Tanti newspaper has sponsored a facility for mentally ill people to come and stay there, seek the blessings of Prasanna Venkatachalapathy. So they are brought in around the noon time frame for Tirtham to be sprinkled. Yet another attraction is Goshala, which is in the temple premises. It's pretty big for a small temple. One can sponsor cows or feed them. There's also the possibility of doing annadanam as a donation, which we normally do on the days of my father's anniversary or for my mother's birthday. Um, and they're pretty prompt about sending you prasadam and all that. As I mentioned, it's on the river Kaveri, so you can cross the highway. On the other side is river Kaveri. I normally go wash my feet. Definitely not a place to take a dip because it's pretty dirty. But before getting into the temple, I just wash my feet. Um, most summer times, I think that particular part of the river is dry. Anyway, it's a great temple to visit when you're near the Trichy area. It's beautiful, small, not crowded. I would definitely urge you all to take a visit when you're in the neighborhood. As far as this class is concerned, I learned a lot. Kanixi, thank you very much for providing an interesting perspective to Hindu temples and traditions through your own experiences, your own singing, music, and so on. And I hope to continue being part of HUA in some form over the next couple of semesters. I'm trying to see what's the best class to sign up for. And the class, thank you all for listening to me, and I wish you good luck in the future. Thank you.